If you're looking to buy cheap Rocket League items, be sure to check out today's sponsor RL.Exchange. They support all platforms, and offer a wide selection of Rocket League items to choose from, and have multiple payment options. Be sure to use code RLH at checkout for a 3% discount on your entire purchase.
He's added extra wrinkles to his game over the past year. Very much was the anticipated third man, especially when he came away from Cloud9. He's adding more and more, but here's Beast Mode over to Torment! And he didn't need to find the top corner this time. Torment just gets it over the line.
Yeah, just far too easy there. Relating Wave in a 1v2. He's afraid of the shot from Beast Mode. Could not cover the back to be an impact player, regardless of the outcome of this series. I think all of V1 have had an impact so far, but actually late in the game, Quadrant's great chances. There's the best one, and it's in for Cash. Well, 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 version 1 of the greatest teams in the world at holding a 1-goal lead, have completely blundered there. Double missed. Com didn't have a lot of boost. Beast Mode did.
Again, the boost situation over on V1 was not good enough for the situation that they found themselves in.
Oh, that's one at the back now for Link.
Oh, that's so good!
Too good for version 1. Second man commits for Quadrant, Ixo and Cash, both completely committed to a play that looked to be on the wrong side of the ones as well. These guys have got very relevant recent LAN experience. Quadrant do not. What can RLCS do with this? Actually on target, not a bad effort. Clear is less than ideal. Cash punishes it with a very well placed double.
And that is why you want Relating Wave right there. The goal would be nice, but the chaos that it causes defenses is...
Where are the demos? Where are the big plays from Beast Mode that we're so used to seeing? Oh, this might be it. Reset for Beast Mode. Infield, and it's over one, not over the second, but it's a free shot for Com, and he snipes the top corner.
What a shot by Com. What a setup from Beast Mode. But look at this. Com is fully aware that the pre-jump has to come in, and the pre-jump...
the ball, really in a league of his own at times. How will Quadrant respond though? They've lost the lead late here. That's going to be a bit of a mental blow. Oh my goodness! That's one way to do it!
What on earth? I'm really upset that hit the post.
What a dunk.
Wow!
What a dunk by Cash. Well, I think V1 might have let them into this a little bit too much, and now it's actually Quadrant who have most of the plays going their favor. There's another one. Oh, it's a great attempt to save it, but Ixo gets the goal for Quadrant. Look at the pop-off on the face cams. They are loving it.
That must feel amazing.
Yeah.
But the way this is planned out, this has kind of been a bit more of a grind of a match than it has been sort of seeing if you can completely end the other team as it's up by the field. Relating Waves on the board, and Quadrant are all smiles.
Well, that's all of them now. They've all scored. They're all going to be chuffed to themselves. But what is going on with V1?
They know how to mix things up. Well, that's off the backboard, and Cash is very stuck in the mud. Difficult shot to take. Ends up setting up for Torment. And Ixo can't quite get there. Double tap, and Com has got his team back in.
You know, Com has been that guy right now for version 1, like clawing them back. Scored the equalizer with a brilliantly placed shot in the last game. Now, version 1 trying to find an angle to work with. Okay, here's a great chance for Beast Mode. Now he's got a shot on net. That's threatening. Floor pitches it in. Beast Mode has arrived.
And Quadrant just waited too long. Finally, the Ethernet is plugged in. Beast Mode is online. Here is Ixo off the wall. Torment tries to get in the way. It's not quite enough, but it does still set up Com for an easier play. Goes towards the backboard. Relating Wave, he's missed it!
Oh my!
2-goal lead, and now you're down by 1.
Well, there it is. I mean, it's not a complete freebie, because I think Relating Wave's trying to control that. He's had a quiet start to the series. Now that he's online, V1 trying to just finish this one at 4.
Lucy Torment moves in. That's 1-0 for him. Version 1 extremely happy with their position in this series. And a quick announcement as well for those of you that are not watching twitch.tv/RL Esports. Firstly, make sure you go and do that. It just buys time. It makes Quadrant have to think. 30 seconds left. I think they better make a move. Beast Mode. Oh, that's a shot! Ixo's caught!
Oh! Well, well. I'm wondering, where is Ixo in offense? Instead, it's Ixo in defense who gets baited in for the corner boost. I mean, he was low on boost there, but I didn't expect a clean sweep for G2 winning this. from the desk. But I think this is a close one. I think that both teams have got exceptional quality, and that's a great start for G2. That last touch to set up the goal was absolutely phenomenal from Atomic.
Well, if G2 are going to win this one, it's going to be via the man who got that beautiful assist. Atomic with the flip
giveaway there, though, with the last touch. Jaria's looking to transition here, wants the mind game. Infield pass off the back of it, well played, well defended by G2.
Oh, that wasn't as well defended, though. It was completely missed. There was an attempt on the goal line to put it away from the goal, but it just wasn't to be, and it's a freebie for Oxygen. Just Archie in the corner. JNAP's completely missing this event here in Rotterdam, so I'm sure there are many people coming to this event in a couple of days' time who are praying that they make it through this Swiss and they can be supported by the crowd. To do that, you have to go up against teams like G2, and you have to defend much better than that, and now it's 2-1 G2.
Well, you know, I've got to say, the defensive display that I'm seeing from both teams here is not what I was expecting. I mean, this time it's Jarius who's kind of in no man's land. Follow-up shots from Oxygen after the first one gets saved. 2 Oxygen players went for that ball, and neither of them got that, but somehow they managed to stay on the attack. Here is Jarius. He can wake his team up right here, right now. He manages it, threads that needle home. Yeah, this is what I mean. You can only do this for so long. You can't survive an entire game. There is far too long left in the game. Threat is real. Tie game is there.
Even when G2 Esports tend to lose a game, it's rare to see them just embedded so far in their own half. So Oxygen did a really good job after a slow start of putting on a squeeze, and now that charge down from Archie completely changes the momentum.
Oh, Atomic just panic jumped there. He thought he was being challenged a lot earlier, but there was no one there.
Archie, I don't think he had a clean. JNAP's, his touch is only passive, it's only as far as Oli. Oxygen have got that balance right in the last minute or so, and it's looking like they're going to be able to see this first game away, unless Chicago gets a clean touch, and he does! Archie's on the goal line, can't block it, 3-3!
Well, just when you thought it might be all over, G2 managed to sneak the ball in field, and neither Archie or Oli could block it. Oli was the man to try, not being communicated in terms of boost totals. This player's not able to run into these positions where the ball's being struck towards. Two steals available there. The goal is almost through. In fact, it is! A couple of G2 players actually hitting the ball on their own goal line, but it makes it past them. Jari's shot was a deadly one. Atomic and then Chicago both, if they're going to stop those air dribbles before they get deadly.
Now it's a slightly better moment there from Chicago, beating the Oxygen defenders to the ball, and it does allow G2 in. They come again, Atomic. He's onto the backboard, he's picking the shot on target. JNAP steaming in, and that is the G2 that we expect to see.
It's just a very simple play, but an effective play. Atomic just controlling the double tap. He's just got to keep that one high away, perfect timing. Those are the kind of plays that we're so used to seeing from G2. Just perfect play off the back of each other. Look at this.
Come on, Johnny, talk us through it. I know you want it.
Shot. I mean, Oxygen have cheated close. Jarius tries to get a bump onto Chicago, but he bumped Atomic instead. That just left Chicago with a free play on the
just brute forcing their way through this Oxygen defense. They're coming forward again. Atomic sends it high, just making it as difficult as possible for Oxygen to do anything with that ball. Atomic again, it falls to him. That's what G2 are doing so well. They are just getting touch after touch on the ball in the Oxygen half, and eventually something's got to snap.
It's the second time in 2 games that G2 have actually infield passed by hitting the ball and how quickly they're communicating these plays. The fact that they can hit the ball off the sidewall and then it bounces back into the middle, and they're still the first team to react to it. Oh, it's an infield for Oxygen. We were asking about this earlier on. There it is. The option is there. The player this time ready for the pass when it comes towards him. Well struck by Oli. Archie, unmissable shot from that range. A very, very tempting ball to go for. I can almost forgive Oli and Jarius for both jumping there. I'm sure they both thought they had a great angle on it. Oh, they're not done yet. Oh! Fake from Oli sets up Jarius, and they are on the comeback trail.
He fully committed to this fake as well. Not just jumping, leaning back, shaping his car as if he's going to go for it. No one saw it coming. And now this is what this game leads up to. 44 seconds left.
Whoa, whoa, what a read.
You know, I was setting up a big thing. 44 seconds, 1 goal needed, and they've ruined it.
Oh, this is huge. I mean, Jarius has tried to fake the kickoff here. Chicago spotted it. I don't think Jarius' line towards the ball was convincing enough.
One of these players. Yeah, true. Sorry, yeah. It doesn't get much harder for Karmine. That's what I meant, of course, Johnny.
Tough draw. Very, very tough draw against the undefeated APAC squad. Oh, what a pass. What a finish. Atomic was faking a demo there to make Jarius back down. Here, Jarius sees Atomic between him and the ball. He's having to back off in case Atomic comes towards him with a demo. Momentum right now. Like I mentioned earlier, it's about getting across the finish line in European lands. That's where they've had some difficulties, even being reverse swept a couple of times last season. Oh, that's a snipe. Jarius gladly accepts the infield pass from Archie and sends it flying into the bottom corner. Oli's starting that play off as well with a lovely defensive back pass. Oxygen getting everyone Arsenal, but right now, going pretty good. Oh, that was almost in for G2. Shot launched out of the midfield. Look at Oli on the transition though, he's going all the way. And what is that challenge?
Oh, Oli just stared him down. He waited for the G2 man to make his move. Here we go. Oli, what you gonna do? Just wait.
Oh dear.
Just chill, man.
Where is Atomic going though? I mean, it's Oxygen, but Oli's been phenomenal so far in this series.
Yeah, he's definitely been the star performer for Oxygen so far. Atomic gets one over the top of all of them, Oli included, and Oli can't quite close down Chicago, and G2 equalize quickly.
Well, just when you thought it might be another nightmare involving crossbars for G2. Atomic was able to catch up to his own missed shot. What a series. It's every bit as close as we'd hoped for. Neither team have been perfect. But another kickoff goes G2's way. It's Atomic's chance to redeem himself. He's hit the bar, but this time it's on purpose because J-Naps is behind him.
The battle of the kickoffs. G2 are winning it again. Archie couldn't quite get that close cheat. Oli did all he could, but there was J-Naps seeing away Atomic.
They've always got that to go back to. I mean, it was their main source of chances created in the first game. Well, they've almost got an opportunity there. In fact, they do. Oli uncontested. It's saved, and somehow G2 almost survived there. I mean, I'm not sure where the challenge was initially. J-Naps and Atomic are both there. Atomic actually, in trying not to bump J-Naps, just made himself a target.
Now in overtime to get them working. As long as they don't concede, they can take attempt after attempt without having to rush. Jory is one touch, Jory is a second touch. Archie's coming in, and it's a roll in by Oli. Oxygen bundle it home.
Oh well, G2 with another howler. This is just not the clear that Atomic needs to be making there. He's got 60 moves, and he gets it past that positioning that they're known for.
Well, Oxygen live by the fire, and they darn well die by it as well. They are not going to slow down and hope that G2 make mistakes. They'll keep attacking, they'll keep trying it, but it can backfire like it does at the start of Utopia. Jarius again!
He's tried to hit a very precise touch there. He wants to get a glancing blow on the ball.
These teams have both realised that there is a lack of them from the pair of them. And I think they're trying to disrupt things even more. So what's already a nitty-gritty series might be about to get even trickier. But G2 Esports are managing to string some stuff together, and they've doubled their lead.
It's a good hard hit there from Chicago to the back wall, but Jorius is there and he's got boost. He's not running dry there. He's still got 30 boost after the whiff. Put both of these goals into the unforced error category. You know, G2 they're punishing these mistakes. But why are we seeing these mistakes in the first place? Oh, you're joking. Well, he just chipped one in. I don't know what is going on, Cole. These goals are they're absolutely ridiculous. They don't make sense. J-Naps thinks he's safe here. He just drives into the ball and they're flies in challenges. They are lunging in and using the safe option of challenging your first man to capitalize on G2's unexpected. Oh, you're joking. Well, that pass, although it might not have been fully planned, was executed unbelievably well. Jorius offloads to Archie, who is kind of pre-jumping before that last touch from Jorius. 50-50, then it's anyone's fault.
Atomic, he takes the shot. Archie, another big save, but there is a demo that one's just past the post. And we're going to get it to J-Naps.
Oh my
goodness.
And
this time, J-Naps does not miss. He sends us to game 5 after a couple of minutes of overtime.
Well, Archie expected G2 to be on his case immediately. They belongs to G2. They just scored an overtime winner in game 4 to tie the series, getting all 3 players involved in that final third. Archie's just completely whiffed on an attempted clear. G2 are there to punish. Well, G2, they don't need to really force the issue here. Mistakes are coming in from Oxygen. Archie with a whiff there. I mean, he was starved for boost just a little bit, but the fact he's not made contact is pretty surprising.
The first question to be answered. We do for now. Atomic is trying to chain dash his way to get a bump or maybe even a demo on Oli, depending on how much speed he can gain in quick succession. Archie tries to make amends for his mistake, and he does so in brilliant fashion.
Well, just when you think he's going to play for the reset, Archie leans forward, demos J-Naps, and then bumps Chicago to let the ball go in after it.
Atomic sends that ball up to the sky as much as he can, does very well. And G2 finally clear it. So Oxygen seem to have got over their first little wobble.
Oh, that's brilliant.
History repeats itself. Another huge redirect against G2.
Archie on the retreat, just realizes he's in the perfect place to pop the ball with your favourite type. Immediately send the ball back into the danger area, and there's no time for Oxygen to circle around and grab boost. Joreuz is out of position here. That's going to be JNaps alone with the goalkeeper. Oli's quick recovery will cover it, but not able to get back for atomic shot. G2 do tie.
And it was his patient play as well. They did have a man in front. It was Chicago who was bullying Archie. Joreuz tried to make amends, and Archie couldn't make it happen from the...
That was far from ideal for G2. The fact that a hard clear is almost bounced into a dangerous position shows how you can be punished for having a high line. Oli with the double, and it's in! Minute and 40 to go, and it's Oxygen back in front.
Oli has been Oxygen's best player this entire series, and he's the one who just has that split second of composure, just about sinking the second.
Joreuz himself has brought along, he's pretty much brought his entire extended family along with him. He's got to make it to that Saturday if they're going to get to watch him play. Oh! He wants it badly. Joreuz sends a screamer into the top corner.
And there's you and me saying, oh, maybe you should just chill out a little bit, stop going for these deft touches. That's when you go for them, Joreuz, mate.
Still, that defense holding strong, even when it looks a little dicey. They're able to clear it away. You can see there even at the end they got the pinch out, but here comes Spacestation again. Follow up from LJ. The shot goes through for LJ, and Spacestation take game one.
It's the demo that clears the way. Usually it's Arsenal doing the damage, but this time it was Daniel and LJ.
And for Falcons, they're trying to turn that counterattack into a goal, and I feel like with the way game one has gone, that might be their best bet. Here's another shot. Follow up from Ahmad. Surely he can put this one away. He does, and Falcons on the board first.
And that is his 100th goal of this split. And it's to take the lead here in game two, and a much-needed goal for the Falcons. And there's another demo by Arsenal.
Now the fourth for Spacestation. That's the third for Arsenal by himself. TRK getting some flip resets there. Khaled, a tap in for him, and doubling up the score, Falcons.
So despite the demos coming plentifully, has not really made the difference so far. Falcons making the adjustments
to make that save.
It's not... Oh, Khaled getting bumped. Arsenal on the retreat. Trying to hit someone upfield, but Khaled has an easy pass over to TRK. TRK recognizing the net's wide open. The Falcons are dominating.
And LJ trying to get that touch off the sidewall. Nobody back for Spacestation. Now a couple goals in a row now that the Falcons are such an interesting team when you look at them statistically. You have a guy like Ahmad who's leading his region in goals per game and shots per game. And then you have a guy like, you have a guy like Daniel as Spacestation puts their first away.
And this was a play that we have seen many times from Spacestation. You let Arsenal go, lead block.
Favor. As Daniel will push this one downfield with 10 seconds left.
TRK wasting these final moments. Gets another one, and then now you see a bump as well, Corelli.
Poor LJ. He's got players. Watch this one. Just picture yourself as LJ here. You flip back around. Ahmad's chasing him. He clips him a little bit. TRK playing it slow. LJ
off the ceiling. Khaled going for the lower corner, but didn't get much on the shot.
Good look there from Khaled. Now Daniel gets a flip reset. Can he go all the way to the corner? Daniel perfectly executed from the sidewall. And Spacestation put away there first.
Oh, this is a thing of beauty. You know, he just jumps right away. It goes into the flip reset. It's so hard.
And that early challenge has prevented Falcons from breaking through. Now Spacestation trying to hold Falcons on defense here. Here's a great pass over to LJ. Shot goes just inside the far post, and a 2-goal lead for Spacestation.
And that was great boost starvation out of Spacestation. If you were watching the boost meters of Team Falcons in the upper left, there was no movement.
A fan favorite and a strong team here at this fall major.
And we can also take a moment just to reflect on the impact that LJ has had in this series. LJ, will it go in? Yes, it's finished off by Daniel. But LJ did the heavy lifting with that flip reset.
James, that's the best caster curse I've ever seen. A blessing, excuse me.
Depending on who you're voting for, streak back. TRK trying to slow things down for him. Does well enough. Karmine will help move it upfield. TRK. Khaled slowing things down. Keeping hope alive for the team.
Crazy accurate there from TRK, and a tough pass to make when you're coming out of the corner like that. Beats LJ to the ball. The pass out to Khaled's perfect. And Arsenal, I think, just having to... It's dead last.
It's dead last of all the track players. So Khaled on the international stage, stepping up, trying to bring that offense, but he gets help
from that lead score. Ahmad with a massive shot.
You can see Khaled moving through the defense there of Space Station, TRK dropping it and letting Ahmad come through the communication.
Triple threat team, truly. And we're seeing it here now. Game 5 on Champions Field.
It's been such a close match, and Ahmad is not going to make it close here early as he puts away his first.
And that is a statement. TRK, a nice pass off the corner. If Space Station have a response. Daniel, lob downfield. TRK is last. Arsenal, backward pass. Rebound out to LJ, and LJ will score it. You saw the opportunity there, and LJ did not waste it.
And the second this ball gets away from TRK, danger. You can see Daniel immediately chased Khaled into the back of the net and pushed him out
off the mark. Rebound out to Ahmad, and Daniel will save it. And now the counter. You see the demo.
He's still chasing.
LJ trying to get another bump.
What?
And Arsenal threading the needle. I didn't think there was an opening. He just forced his way through.
There wasn't an opening, but he made one. He went right through TRK, and Ahmad is in
Hard
shock.
flick out to the middle. It somehow leaks through. Another fake from LJ trying to bring that back to the middle. Daniel, double tap. It's good! Daniel, the young gun, busting out the bazooka.
Well, he missed the first one, but he's not gonna miss the second one. And Khaled sitting on the goal line. There's not much you can do. You gotta get this one going. Zero boost.
Again. And we've seen this so much from the Falcons where they're trying to make the play. We even saw it from TRK earlier when it was just Arsenal and net.
And
now we see Daniel put through another goal, forcing it through on the goal line. TRK was trying to retreat back, went off the ball. It was a disaster from TRK.
It was not good control from TRK.
To make either the offensive play or in that situation, the defensive play. You saw TRK even went over.
Whoa.
Oh, what a save there from Daniel.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to flip back
there you go.
it. Khaled will poke that one in. Putting Space Station out of their misery on that defensive play.
What a shot from Ahmad. Now, you can't blame Space Station too much here. It's going off the crossbar. It's being saved off the post. And Falcons, and there's the offense. There's the attack, the press against Space Station. That's what's been missing here in Game 5. They've got to keep bringing it.
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. The Falcons, I thought they were out of this game, but they have fought back. TRK getting the backboard bounce pass, and Ahmad a wide open. It's a very different matchup now. Both teams making a key move. Moist, I don't know how much of it was voluntary, but Tira was such a key part of this Moist team, and we see Moist concede this first goal, and it's no surprise that First Killer's the one putting it in.
And what happened here? Misses a good flick. Astro the last man back. Just did not get the read on the tier side, but for Moist, just in general, they've been a team that the expectation from fans and I think from analysts is very, very high. Their worst finish internationally has been a top 8. And how about a tie game here as Rise gets one back from Moist Esports?
Targeting First Killer, typical, just missed on the sidewall. And First Killer, when you're mid-flip like that, 50 by First Killer, missed, moving in. Astral, touchdown, Rise, trying to control it. Astral sneaks out to get that corner boost, but was it too greedy? It might have been.
Whoa. What a little 1-2 in the box there between First Killer and Sipical. And that ball bopped out to Sipical. He knew exactly where to put it right on. I talked to Astral and I was like, what do you think about FAZE? And he goes, no one in Europe's telling us anything about FAZE, and FAZE won't scrim us. So I don't know. We're going to find out.
And they're finding out the hard way, honestly. Has missed. Puts in this with just 32 seconds in. A strong start for FAZE.
Another dunk there from Sipical, really playing a big J-Naps role there as
missed a player that will just sit and wait for you to take the shot.
There's the bump.
But the shot was too high. Another infield pass. That shot was low on target. A double commit from FAZE. And it was an eventuality. Moist, shot after shot, finally sink one in.
And that's a feel-good goal for Astral, trying to make amends here in Game 2. Wonderfully placed to the left side, away from the defensive FAZE. But you can see tough for FAZE. You can see them getting a little tangled up there between First Killer and Mist. First Killer goes straight into Rise, and Moist doing a good job there. Now, can they convert? Here comes Joyo. He'll drop it down, and Moist into the lead.
And he was so open for this double tap. You know, Mist was being chased down, didn't jump up early. That gave Joyo all the time in the world.
Fine. Shake it off. And he certainly did that. The Des talked about how great he's been on land. Certainly no doubt about that. And now Mist, can he get back in time? That was a weird flip, but I don't think he was able to catch up to it. And Rise poking it free.
Yeah, first killer, he didn't challenge, and that one just goes the distance. I don't know. Cutting off the escape. It's a miss in the air. It's a bit chaotic for both teams. FaZe,
whoa.
I don't even know what's happening, and somehow it works out to the benefit of Moist.
What happened here? First killer went into this backwards, and it was fine.
Oh, first killer, he missed, jumped and hit first killer.
On this
first
big
killer
stage.
was right up. Just a little bit of awkwardness. I mean, you even saw it with that first goal with first killer. Not challenging, and now this is just falling apart for FaZe. Moist putting in a third goal. Typical, went off the ball, no one was there to follow. You know, I don't even know what you say about that. They really have punished FaZe. And this is, I think, tough for a lot of FaZe Clan fans to witness. This was supposed to be the team.
That's what I do! Let's go!
And you can hear the hype from Rise. Rise,
he's
getting excited. I mean, this is not what I expected. I think many people were
thinking to have that guy. They do have to rely on their coach, and this is where I think World is, the coach that he is and the guy that he is. You got to look towards him to kind of amp these guys up. And right now, they're going to need it more than ever. You can see little smile there.
Well, look at Rise. Are you seeing him? It looked like he was pointing at somebody, calling him out, and getting loud.
Got
and
all of FaZe in front of him. And a good clear there from first killer.
Typical tried to cut that play off, but Rise played it around him.
Oh,
and now Rise on low boost.
He's so good.
My, Rise is in FaZe's head.
He's so good. He's got everyone jumping. He's got everyone diving. He's got them on a string. Pulls the string on all of them. 2-0 now for Moist. And FaZe, they need something. They need anything. Typical lets this one go. Mist has to be placed well, and it's off the crossbar and in. FaZe Clan on the board here.
Karel, you said FaZe had to stop the bleeding. Does that stop it?
Yeah. You cut the lead in half, you get one back, especially early here.
Dribble, and we've seen multiple times now, Kareli, Moist being able to possess the ball near the midfield with no one from FaZe around. But hold on a second, typical catching Moist out.
And there's the fist bumps coming out from FaZe. They get their tie game.
And that was a pass from Astral.
And that was an errant touch coming out from Moist, and you haven't seen too many of them from
Rise. Stopped by Mist. Joyo, lovely first touch. Off the ceiling, going for the 50. Rebound is good! You cannot give space to Joyo.
And look at him, uncontested. It's like he's in free play. Nobody gets a touch on it until he gets to the back wall, and Typical's touch is too soft. Get their bearings here defensively, and a good clear for Mist.
And that was the chance for FaZe. That was an opportunity to tie the game. You saw what Mist wanted to do. It was the right call, just couldn't execute, and now Moist, via the bumper of Astral, extend their lead to 2, and Rise was the one who got that play mixed up. You saw FaZe late challenge.
And Astral, he has been a shooter here in this series. After game 1 especially, he got his bearings here. And when that ball pops out, he's been placing it into the corners, and now no one's home again. Rise has no orange player in front of him, and Moist, 5-2.
I mean, you even see first killer's camera. Hand on his chin. He's thinking, you know what do we got to do? He's the leading shooter, 31.31% shooting. Number 1 in NA. Had that opportunity to double tap the ball in to tie the game. Couldn't do it, but first killer brings it late. This is what we expected from the beginning, Karel.
Yep, and there he is. He's coming alive here now in game 4, and they're going to need him. Down by 2.
A double? I think he got 2 there.
From Moist has been fantastic, but now Mist, that shot goes just high. And that's caught out again. There's no one there.
This has been devastating for FaZe. Look at first killers. He's just leaned back.
And I don't blame him. This has been frustrating. You're watching no one be back for FaZe.
their first time up against a EU roster. And, you know, North America, we officially claim Gen.G. They're a North American roster at this point.
You need some help, so that's completely fair.
Okay.
I mean, just when the EU-NA debate seems to be over, they go over there and just completely reignite it. But Oxygen and Esports, they needed to reignite earlier in their series against G2, and they've actually started this one well.
Yeah, and that first touch from
Talk about
Oli.
confidence. At the end of game 5 there, as Joreuz prods this one away, Archie stopped playing for about 20 seconds in his own
And he got
goal.
that save, the pre-jump save.
He went AFK, then he got a pre-jump save. He was laughing as they won this one, and he might be laughing at this game the way it's going.
Here comes Joreuz. Archie, the fake. You see him hit the brakes slightly before taking that ball into the air.
Goal in the Enchanted Life.
I saw Oli coming in for that shot, and for a second I thought it was a player on Gen.G with the way he approached it. Smacked it off his own crossbar, but it worked, and then a floater from Joreuz. This is an immaculate start from Oxygen.
Ironically, when they beat G2 earlier, neither team was playing particularly well. But these first 3 goals that we've seen
orange squad.
Immediately, the first thing I'm noticing for Oxygen compared to the way they played earlier is that Joreuz is making these fine little touches. Earlier on, he was missing those, putting them in trouble. But they're in trouble here. Apparently, Jack does get Gen.G Mobile back in the game.
And it's going to be through the midfield this time, not in front of the box. A quick pass from Chronic up to Abjack, who can dust that defender, Joreuz, the third.
Master tactician, apparently, Jack, who's always calculating, figuring out ways to get around his opponents. So this huge start that Oxygen Esports have had won't phase them too much. But if the goals keep coming, then it doesn't matter if they're phased. They're not going to stand a chance.
Yeah, and it's going to be Oli again. A big chunk of this offense has been this man following up shots. This setup by Archie put in lovely situations, and Gen.G want to change that.
Well, officially we only have 2 saves from Oxygen, but I'm sure I've seen some more than that. It probably because they're charging down so quickly into fence. And an attack, they are swarming Gen.G. Gen.G can't handle it.
They just don't let him out. Simply put, that's a good 50-50. Perfect bounce too. You're forcing a save. You're forcing
Only goes for the bump instead. He's approaching. Lovely little touch as well over the defense. Still attempting new ideas, Oxygen, even though they didn't quite manage to score from that one. Maybe that changes it. Joreuz comes in off the crossbar and it goes 1-0 Oxygen.
Talking about a new idea. Look at this corner play from Oli. The first touch to himself, then lands perfectly on the sidewall. In my opinion, they had some good chances, couple of good strikes. It's already been better than game 1, but they're still trailing here, Cole.
Gen.G needs something, they need it soon, and it's not going to be right now because that touch towards Oli, who's getting all sorts of involvement every play, doubles Oxygen's lead.
Oli just does not stop, and neither does Joreuz, the follow-up. The recovery from Oxygen Esports and Gen.G, they're struggling to find themselves on the other side. One big clear is all they've got. Chronic, that one straight into the hands of Oxygen. Then there's demos on the field. Oli opens up some space, and Archie can follow it up. Oxygen Esports can't be stopped.
They do all the work ahead of time. It's the demo and the first touch from Joreuz. After that, the goal itself can almost be in slow motion. You can see
it the RLCS, and it might start with Chronic.
It has to be right now if they stand any chance, and it's not going to be the case again. Not just a good save from Oxygen, but even now, when they should have all players against them, they're still conducting these great transitions and putting it away, and that definitely is it for game 2. The Gen.G have to just take the positives from this one. You had some good chances.
Yeah, I
really
think
hurt Gen.G, but Chronic gets a big save.
I'm seeing some concerning moments for Gen.G. Everybody has been prioritizing rotating back to net. I just saw Nolly to go towards his own net and try and get the save. Nobody wants to go out and find a challenge, and it's going to be really hard. There's no boost spawning anywhere. Good bounces for Joreuz, and an even better pass. Archie can follow that. We've seen a lot of solo play passes where one player will keep it to himself, get a nice follow-up off the backboard. We just saw Joreuz set himself, or set his teammates up, excuse me, and then now Oli on a tear still. Oxygen have not slowed down.
Oli, who has tremendous 50-50s. His challenge game is up there with anyone, even before he reached it. Closed down so well by Joreuz as well. It's not just Gen.G missing. The defending from Oxygen is so frustrating for Gen.G. It's been excellent.
We see the setups. We see what they're going for. And there's no way that this was calculated. Archie was floating down from the ceiling. He had his flip, and Joreuz found him mid-air.
They're having fun with it. They know they've won. They're essentially metaphorically leaning back in their chairs already. Joreuz is steaming in. Look at Archie, no one wants to rotate back. They all want to score. They're fighting for the ball.
Fighting over the ball. Who's going to pad the stats? who gets the most goals in this series. It might not matter at the end of the day. The only
for Liquid, and it wasn't exactly a complete slam dunk. Liquid had to work for their food, and they're gonna have to work against Beast Mode off the bar and the back pass. Beast Mode says, "Those are my points."
He's claiming it back. He got his points back. The double tap that we honestly expect him to hit every single time. But regardless, he's
good clear, and Oski with the go-ahead touch. When Torment was ready for it, non-threatening. Version 1, clinical on defense. How often have we said it? Counterattack again, and they split, or they rather add to their lead, 2-0.
And this started in their own half. A big clear down to the right side, then the pass across.
Ooh, that was flying in the net. I couldn't see the name tag as Otto pushes it right back, and Oski, that's a great catch. So easily you let that ball go. Comp can punish you for it, but here they come. A little neutral hop to get reset. Beautifully drawn by Oski.
This is how you get the first goal. Oski by himself from his own corner, past 2 players, then keeps it closed.
Brilliant.
And he forces that in the midfield for the longest OT at an RLCS LAN. It was previously 10 minutes and 15. But now,
this should be over.
How long can we go? We thought that was going to be the end. There it is. Oski finally able to break the silence.
Unbelievable resilience.
Oh my word.
I cannot believe. Who can outlast the other? There's plenty more to go. Beast Mode gonna set this one up. The owner of a couple of ridiculous saves himself.
Oh, what a bump.
And Calm gonna pick up the first goal. It only took 23 seconds this time.
And Beast Mode's hungry. You see him get the flip reset and the bump mid-air against the Chronic, and Calm has so much for Liquid to strike. When the iron is hot, you really have to have close positioning. The second man has to be right behind that main aggressor. And Torment, big counterattack down the other side. Where was the third man rotating in?
Yeah, what happened to Liquid on this play? Oski got a big challenge, and a Chronic was still rotating back. He needed time, and he didn't have any boost either. I don't even think he's
too desperate for a goal. Very common here. And again, it just feels like that type of issue where somebody has to be close when the opportunity is there. And Calm is definitely close to this ball to slot it in, get the third one for V1.
Version 1 saved all their offense for this game. I'm picking up 3 comfortably in game number 3.
I definitely think it comes down to the mentality, the vibes. I mean, thinking back to the earlier series, whenever you saw FaZe Clan start to get lower in the series, it seemed like the attitude, the mentality had shifted, but that is not the case for Version 1 as they get their 4th goal. Team Liquid getting shut out in game 3.
This really got out of hand for Liquid, and you got to be
53 remaining in game number 3. And Version 1, you talk about a gimme game. I mean, think back to the Torment goal where he's just all the way rotating downfield. They will get a goal though. Team Liquid, however, can strike and at least get one for the road.
Yeah, Chronic actually did. Chronic did all the work there. Pirouetted around Calm, and
also hold on to it. Maybe Calm's going to get a flip reset. It's might be his only option. Also, he's got Torment, who is secretly under him.
Oh!
He's going to sneak this one under the defense of Version 1.
Love this play from Otto, because you see, I believe it's Beast Mode who goes to commit on the play. He turns around thinking Otto's pulled off the ball, but he still has
it all. Very accurate from Team Liquid. The first goal now in their favor. That's a very good sign for a team that struggled previously, but big counterattacks, and it's the same situation. Version 1 spreading the field and knowing exactly where Calm is.
Otto just can't turn up field there. He's got to recognize where Torment is on that play.
The fact that Calm's even there says so much about the trust he has in Torment to seek him out whenever he's in position. And speaking of Torment, he has to get the save. He's not going to find a touch.
Okay.
Immediately after they get their first goal, they're back chasing the lead.
And Otto gets a little bit of redemption. He made it awkward for Torment, who didn't have the wrong idea there, wanted to.
They've got to be prepared. 40 seconds remaining now in game 5. Overtime lurking in the distance. Calm has something to say about it, and he does.
Version 1, late in the game, get a big goal. It's a demo on the back end from Calm. He's a bully every single tournament he's in.
To hit the ball hit him back. So it'll be Astro this time in the corner. A little bit more success for Moist as they look for a way in. Rise past 1. Can he get past 2? He can! Rise starts us off with a solo play to the top left.
Two very strong defenses, but Rise has been the leading scorer of the 6 players. Just keeps it going. Rise has been playing almost like he's got a chip on his shoulder. As this shot just got through Astromic, just ahead of the demolition, and the club answers right back.
Don't get comfortable. If you are unfamiliar with the club, rotations have definitely cleaned up as this overtime has started. They are not necessarily getting too aggressive with their third man up. It's been very solid. That's a free ball for Joyo. Shot is in! And Joyo ends game 1 in overtime.
Rise had a hand in both goals. He sets up Joyo with a can't-miss opportunity after a narrow 2-1 victory in OT for Moist in game 1. Rise with his 8th of the tournament, and Astromic now with his 7th, trying to catch up with him. Both their respective leading scorers as the club creates chaos.
You talk about the club, everybody
by Bems.
You can see, again, the club now, even though after that strong start, they get that first goal, things will start to slow down for them. This one, though, a breakaway, they actually caught Moist sleeping, and the club get a nice cushion as game 2 is wrapping up.
Astromic's got all 3 goals for the club in this series.
Moist to play more creatively. The way that they've been able to control the game, their speed to the ball, the way that they challenge Moist and not give them freedom in the air. As Astro says, you can give me any type of space, I'll make some magic happen. Look at the read on that, just keeps boosting, down in his stacks, just being able to use that kind of fear that Moist has of him in the air to kind of dictate some space. But Astro has the double, Joyo has the shot, and Moist have the goal! 2-0 lead in game 3.
Yeah, this is just impossible. You're looking straight up, you get dizzy almost with the ball whipping around, and then potentially one series away from skipping Saturday and going right to Championship Sunday.
Oh, that one's gonna be a bump on Bims. It's gonna be a clear lane, and this game 3 looks like it's gonna have a clear winner. 3-0 here. As you take a look at the replay, yep, you see Bims, toodaloo.
Yeah,
you're not getting back in time for that.
Yeah, we were talking about it in a pre.
They have looked for it, but now it's about if they can finish the job. They're right there. They're trying to close the club, trying to shut them down, and Rise will be the one to lead the charge. First goal as he just gets a beautiful touch past the defense.
And it almost looked like, I mean, he didn't get the touch he wanted there, but it was just enough. And he made sure to clip loss against Moist, and they've been sent packing.
And they gave him the space too. They say, hey, take your best shot. Matter of fact, take 2. And Moist still able to get that shutdown, but they can't stop that one from Bims. He gets it past the Moist defense, and we got a tied-up ball game.
Finally, somebody other than Astromic getting one to go through just under the ball, waiting right there, inviting him to try and leave the zone. And Moist, the spacing wasn't great coming out of the zone there. Bams across.
He's there.
We're going to Champions Field.
They go all in on this play. Bims through 1, sees that he has some space. Pinch across, he trusts that Lost is there, and he finds it. And he's really gonna make his mark if he can come in clutch for the club again. Good save out. Chance there, Rise puts a shot on. Follow up here from Joyo, has the control, has the goal! Joyo dances around the club.
You're almost waiting for someone to put a hand up here, and nobody could. Bems with the backflip.
Gotta do something, they gotta get back into this game.
Astro with a great turn at midfield. That was gonna be a dangerous opportunity. Rise got a piece of Astromic, who couldn't recover, and Rise will finish it off.
And he's getting loud too. You see that beautiful chip shot here. Astromic thought he had the read,
but pressure out of Astro. Boost and ball and possession and more time off the clock. Indirect out of the corner. Rise got the shot away, and Rise is putting the club to sleep.
Oh my, he is having a field day. Look at this, great touch out. Follow up there, Lost gets no
25 seconds will burn away here, and barring a miracle, Moist Esports will move on to 2-0, and they'll be 1 win away tomorrow from reaching the top 8 as Astral puts the cherry on top with only 14 seconds remaining. Hey, It was not easy at any point here, but Moist Esports are going to persevere.
A couple of bruises. As again, the club still playing on. Final 10 seconds here, regulation. A valiant effort. And they will end up getting a goal here this game. A little bit of a miss. You see some laughs on the Moist side. But, you know. The club take that one now. 6 seconds left. Holes in it. SSG is here to find out.
Spacestation Gaming, a team that, again, they mentioned it on the desk. They've been so close. They get the early goal here. It's Arsenal, and that is the last guy that K-Corp wants to give any momentum to.
Look at this. Arsenal just wraps it around. K-Corp very aggressive off the start.
Going around, get the demolition on Daniel at least. Here comes Itachi. Vatira waiting for a rebound. He'll take his shot. It's up high. Double, no. And Exotic will get there.
And look at that, K-Corp with time, with K-Corp with space. You saw the desk allude to it. This is just straight up dangerous as Vatira, again, that individual easy shot, a little bit of panic there on the defensive end for SSG. And just like that, we're back tied up as the first minute concludes.
And still only one goal separates Exotic and Vatira on the season. Not anymore. They both have 80 apiece, as this duo has been deadly.
Put a hand up. No, put two. It's still not gonna stop that shot.
Certainly has the reputation of a lockdown defensive team. This was not going to be a low-scoring series. This was going to be a shootout. And right now, K-Corp's doing most of the shooting.
SSG sent too many forward. Daniel, he's small and alone, and that ball gets played right past them. But they desperately need something here, as time is not really on their side. They are down by 2, still 2 minutes left, but Karmine Corp seem to be building up, while SSG seem to be kind of falling off. I say that, and LJ gets one through, and you start to need to see something like this. LJ, great individual touch, and then that follow-up so quick. Exotic tried to see if he could close. Karmine Corp let this game slip away the same way SSG did, as that Spacestation Gaming still fighting to get back into this one. They've got a minute and some change, but Daniel equalizes. He pulled them out, they took the bait, and he caught him lacking.
Everybody shoots, everybody scores, all knotted up. One goal from Arsenal, one goal from LJ. Did not get there. LJ and Daniel kind of doubled, and it's an opportunity still for K-Corp now inside the last minute. Vatira waiting, he'll collect, and he'll score!
He only needs a moment. That's it. This one, you can watch how this, right on the hood, Vatira sees exactly where it's going, sends it high into that left side.
To the field.
You know,
if you had an early candidate for season MVP around the world, he'd be at the top of the list. Daniel got the shot to go! Unreal!
Daniel woke up.
Oh my goodness.
That power, that read. He's the only one who can do it.
And this is the appetizer. Arsenal couldn't get through. Good stop by Exotic, but he doesn't have anything else. Arsenal, no. Daniel, yes! He's done it again! A hat trick!
And there's the first assist. Great stretch there from Arsenal. And right over Itachi. He's so awkward, so uncomfortable. And Daniel knows
it. Gonna chase this one down, but he couldn't get to it. Arsenal behind Itachi. Full tank of boost, but he couldn't get under this. Just barely did.
Still
with
up.
No time on the clock.
Exotic!
Daniel handed it to Exotic, and Exotic made him pay.
We got the 10! Look at the stretch from Karmine Corp all the way down the field. They tried to put a hand up. They tried to stop it. That Karmine Corp is able to put on SSG sometimes looks suffocated.
Decent first ball from LJ, but it's intercepted by Vatira, and he's done it! 6-5, K-Corp takes game one as Vatira pops off.
He's popping off, he's roaring as he takes that one.
At 11 goals in a game at an RLCS LAN. That ties the record that was set at the Season 8 World Championship. Knights and Canberra Havoc. I'm sure CJ just had a smile as Vatira scores early on in game 2, and we may have another shootout on our hands.
And look, this confidence from Vatira is great.
Exotic, he had Vatira there with him as well. Now they got to scramble back with Itachi kind of trying to hold the line, and Arsenal.
It's an open lane.
One under. LJ, Arsenal Arsenal got the last touch. LJ rolled it through, and we're tied.
Arsenal able to pull out all of Karmine Corp, and look at that, straight over to the right side.
Away. Daniel has LJ over there, and Itachi with a save.
What a read. Karmine Corp started that drive, and SSG literally took control, but this one, they don't have any control. It's all Itachi as he breaks the stalemate. You said it, Stacks. It's been very low scoring, but it hasn't been lacking in the tense department here. Just one
goes all the way out towards midfield. Itachi had to play it even further along. Vatira making sure to get that corner boost this time. SSG have been good about trying to starve them out, but not too much effect. Vatira with the double tap.
It's Vati! Again, forcing LJ to pop that upstairs. Thank you for the assist. I'll put the double in the back of the
does
net.
Exotic. He had them all, of course, in that first game, did Exotic. This deflects out to the corner. Arsenal whiffed on it, and Itachi made him put the game away.
It's a slippery slope, and you can see exactly why. Daniel was waiting. He was expecting a pass over to the side from Arsenal. That whiff almost solidifies. There's a 3-goal lead here. We would have to see a monumental offensive performance here for Spacestation to get back into this game. But honestly, it might even be the defense that needs a little bit of work here, because I said it's a slippery slope and Spacestation are sliding downward.
Monumental mountainous attack is terrifying, and it should be for a lot of teams in this tournament. Vatira intercepted by Daniel, and he caught him napping. Daniel with the intercept. He had the soul read, and he ends the first minute of a lot of K-Corp pressure with that goal to give him the lead.
Yeah,
chasing this one down. Might have got a piece of that off of LJ. Daniel couldn't weave his way through. Vatira, another decoy play. I think K-Corp does this better than anybody, and it yields another goal.
You said it, the decoy play. Vatira, is he gonna go? Nope. Instead tries to go for the bump. LJ in an awkward spot. Arsenal has to make a touch on the ball, but Exotic, you're waiting to pick the
numbers
pocket.
just continue to impress. Exotic double to set up Itachi. Vatira lagging behind the play just a little bit, but with the demo, he hit the crossbar, doesn't matter. Everything K-Corp touches turns to gold. Itachi in on the act.
They're smiling, they're laughing. You see the demo, net wide open. Oh, whoa, whoa. A little bit of some misses there.
Forced it through, Vatira backflip, and still managed to get to that ball first. Again, just K-Corp can do no wrong as we get into the final 100 seconds. And Exotic does it again, make it a 6th spot for Exotic.
He just can't, if you give him a free shot like that, you gotta expect it to go in. You're putting a hand up, but Spacestation Gaming are just giving the game. They're giving the series to Karmine Corp right now.
This is unreal as Daniel will get back one more here. Great setup by LJ, and I don't think enough can be said about the confidence of LJ. No fear at all.
So it'll go back on the other way. LJ gets a piece of that ball, but he also gets taken out. So now Arsenal will go in. There's a demo on the play. Can Arsenal get this one in front? He can! Daniel goes all in! And Spacestation got some fight left. We're back tied.
No A's, only G's for Daniel.
Can they continue to play in this series is the question. This is the big OT.
Vatira, Daniel had it red. He's over one, and that's enough! Daniel forces game 4!
Look at this read! Off the ceiling! Had the flip! They didn't think he still had the flip. Caught Itachi lacking! And they just needed to go in. Nothing flashy. Oh, little bit of mistakes. Exotic's up, and it's blocked out by LJ. We went from no shots to what seemed to be the most clearest one, but that one will hit the back of the net, and K-Corp will finish the job finally.
Who else but Exotic with his 7th goal of the series?
There's a reason why we